We'll get started with Aaron, who's got the first question. Who's up first? We'll start with Justin in the second row, Aaron.
Aaron, what did you see from your lineup this afternoon?
Say it again.
What did you see from the at-bat quality this afternoon with the lineup?
I think it's one of those days for both sides where, you start getting into the shadows. It gets to be a tough day to hit. I thought obviously you're going up against Bieber. He's going to be tough with his execution. We got into some deep counts there where we got into 3-2 and lost a lot of our 3-2 battles. But I thought Stefan really came in and executed. Karinchak and Clase, we made them work, but just weren't able to break through. And I think it was just for the most of the day, it was one of those days where it's a little bit tough for the hitters seeing up there.
And we'll stay in the first row with Andy.
What did you make of Donaldson's decision to throw the ball to second there? Did he have a play, potentially?
Yeah. I'd have to look back at it. I mean, if it's right on target, maybe. I mean, you guys would know better than me. I haven't re-looked at the play, but I think, you see him going up for second there. It's, I thought he was quick to recognize it. I thought it was heads up. If it's going to be close, you go for it. You trust yourself to make that throw.
I think Randy and then John.
What are you seeing from Judge's at bats so far this series? Last time up was the first time he made contact.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the day they executed against him. The couple pitches he's gotten to hit, it's fouled off. But again, I think a lot of today was a product of execution by them and being just a challenging day, picking up spin and things like that.
I think John has a question in the back corner.
I was going to ask about Judge as well. Were you surprised? I mean, the year that he's had, to hear any boos at all after that seventh inning strikeout? We heard some boos. He swung and missed.
It's the Bronx, man.
Other questions? Barry will get you the mic, and then Dan.
Just one more follow-up on Aaron. This is kind of a two-day thing. Do you think that the gap, how much pressure he was under near the end of the season, trying to readjust, how much do you think all of this has to do with the fact that, he started off slowly in the first two games?
How much does what have to do with it? The layoff?
Well, and also coming off the 12 games.
I mean, it's baseball. You're up against the best. Tough hitting conditions, like great hitters go over on a given day. Great hitters fail. More often than they succeed, even when you're rolling. So, they neutralized them here these first 2 days, pitched them really tough. But he'll get back on the horse and be as dangerous as they come tomorrow night.
Brian up front on your left.
Aaron, you had LeCastro in the game to run. He stayed in the DH spot. Any reason you stayed with him against Clase instead of Marwin or Hicks?
Well, he's just Clase, a little bit more of a reverse split guy, a guy that doesn't really typically walk guys. So it's just for me, it was a little bit of a wash of an at-bat there, so I didn't want to burn the player with Timmy already in the game.
So both those guys are healthy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Second row on your right, Dan, and then Ian.
Using Carpenter in that spot, I guess you just wanted to get him in the game and not.
I didn't just want to get him in the game. I wanted to win the game.
In that spot, though, and not later in the game.
That's our shot right there. Not our shot, but it's, first and second, 2 outs. Let's go. I felt like it was a, tie ball game there. You don't, you can't always wait around you start waiting forever. So anytime we had a really good leverage situation and a matchup we liked, I was going to go with it. So, yeah.
Just a couple last ones. Ian on your right, Aaron.
Stanton now has 10 home runs in 20 postseason games. What is it about his approach you think works this time of year?
I think the last couple of years he's come in a really good place. Like, he's worked hard to get to this point, with some struggles, obviously, in the back when he came off the IL. It was a struggle there for a few weeks, but I think in his mind he was all building towards getting himself right, dealing with what he had to deal with physically, how to interact in the box correctly. He's real specific. He's real diligent. He does a great job of blocking everything out and being really strict and disciplined to his plan, and having a tough mindset and going up there and committing to that. And I think having some success now that he's had the last couple of years, I think he knows what it takes and gets his mind to a pretty good place.
We'll finish up in the third row on your left here.
Aaron, how much different does it feel going to Cleveland, even at 1-1, as opposed to being up 2-0?
Well, I don't know. We're not up 2-0, so I don't know what that feels like. It's a good team over there, and they can run pitchers out there. They got their ace on the mound today. On a day where it's tough to hit, they run good guys out of the pen. So we just couldn't break through today. So we never thought this was going to be easy. We'll get on that plane and go and try and grab one tomorrow. So nothing changes for us. We never expected any of this this time of year to be easy, and nothing's been easy for us this year, especially in the second half of the season.
Aaron, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.